Welcome to You Name It, another special Texas edition. This time Davin's in Texas and I'm in Michigan, where it's nice and cool and not hot, right, Davin?
Yee fucking ha.
So, yeah, what's it been like over there?
This is actually the first nice day. It has been 107, 98, and the news, the weather stations, they lie.
Yeah.
Because the temperatures outside, you know what 90 degrees feels like, and they try to sugarcoat it and say,
Right.
oh, it's only going to be 92 today. Yeah, it's 112 when you go to the fucking car. Ridiculous.
That's hilarious. Hey, I've got something for you that happened today.
Okay.
This is horrible. Yesterday, Lisa drops her phone yesterday, and the screen cracks, and the display is gone, and there's nothing you can do about it. You can't see anything, so you can't use the phone. So,
Okay.
I activate an old phone of mine, the Note 2, and then today I file the claim with Asurion, Verizon's insurance carrier, the assholes, and I go through that whole process. They send me back a note saying, we can't approve this claim because the phone was not being used during the time that it was broken.
What?
Yeah, meaning that the phone wasn't active on the account. So what they think is that we broke the phone and then tried to, get away with something. Some shit like that.
And so they're seeing that you switched over to this other phone, and they're saying, is that how they're looking at it?
That's what I thought at first. I thought for sure they were going to say, "Oh yeah, the Note 2, that's not the phone. You weren't using it, whatever. That kind of shit." Well, as it turns out, when I called Verizon I thought maybe I put down the wrong model number of the phone, because that was another issue too. Well, you don't have the right model number or whatever, and I'm like going, are you fucking kidding me? You guys are the ones insuring the phone. You have all my information. Plus, I had to do an affidavit and send them my driver's license, but you can't tell me which model phone you're going to replace for me that you insure,
Right, that I've been paying for.
Yeah, so then I call Verizon, because I go on the Verizon site to look up the phone model, and it doesn't show you any of that on the Verizon site. It doesn't show you your past phones. It only shows you what you're currently using. So I call them. You know what they tell me? They tell me there was never an Galaxy S4 on that account, that Lisa's been using the Note 2 phone for a year now, since October of 2014.
Oh, lovely.
I'm like, what? What are you saying? I just activated that phone on her line yesterday. No, that's the one that she's been using.
It's because you attach the same phone number to that, so they see it. I don't. Have them call their people in India.
They need they need to see the history of the phone. They say that S4 was never activated to her account. They say that when we got the new phones that she had been using, we never activated it, and she was using the Note 2 for an entire year. When she hasn't been. She's been using the S4 the entire time. I'm not an idiot.
No.
It's so stupid.
Oh my God.
So they're supposed to investigate and get back to me. And I think what I'm going to get back to the idea that Verizon still sucks. Because I think we had an episode called Verizon Sucks, not, maybe
fighting
6 months ago or something.
Yeah, fighting with Verizon.
Well, here we are again, fighting with Verizon.
Bastards.
I know, I can't.
The whole thing is they all suck.
They do,
They get your money, they can charge you whatever the fuck they want, and then one of them will go, hey, you know what, we're going to give you 18 gigs of data for this price, and then a month or two later, they all fucking come out with that, but then there's the loopholes and all the bullshit, and you can share it with all your family members. I just got to notice that Kendall is at 90% of his data already.
Oh, yeah?
Like, I'm not giving that kid any more goddamn data just because my ex-wife doesn't want to fix the internet at her house. So he's always on Verizon network instead of the home internet.
They're evil. All the companies are evil. You know who they are? They're Mr. Potter from It's a Wonderful Life.
Yep.
Sure, you'd like to have free internet service, wouldn't you, George? It's just...
yeah, I'm to the point.
We'd like to fuck your Christmas over.
I'm to the point of fuck them all.
Holy shit, that was a tough one.
Yeah. See, the thing is, it kills me when I end up. I have the same shit with Comcast for my home TV, and WoW isn't any better. They're all expensive as shit, but I like Comcast internet service because it's fast.
Yes,
but
it is.
I got on the phone with them and I was bitching because it's my modem. They've been charging me $10 for my modem.
Right, because you bought a modem to start with, and
right,
and now they won't take it off the bill, will they?
They won't. No, they won't. So I got to go into this place and show them that it's not their freaking modem, or make them prove to me that they have that serial number in their system somewhere. So
yeah, wouldn't they be able to tell like that it was all?
Think.
Nah, it's going to be the same kind of shit. It'll just be a big
it's
fight.
Like,
yeah,
it's stupid. All these places are like that. I've been having a problem with DTE, and my tree, and this is. Okay, so I bought this house 2 years ago, and it's got this huge freaking tree in the backyard.
Yeah.
And the two big-ass limbs that are over my garage are starting to split down the middle.
Okay.
So I've had some tree guys, arborists, come out and look at it, and they're like, oh, well, yeah, that needs to come down. Arborist, yeah. So they gave me a quote at $1,000. One guy gave me $1,200 to cut the tree down. Then another guy wanted to do root injections for $250. I'm not spending $250 to give it fucking root injections.
What is it? Is it a tree or a Kardashian sister?
Exactly. It's like, what am I going to get its nails polished? Fuck that. So the last guy, I said, he came over and he looked at it. He goes, well, that's not really your big problem. Your big problem is this right here, where it's splitting up at the top, and you've got a westerly wind, and this is going to come down sometime. I said, well, how long before it comes down? Because he goes, well, when it comes down, it's going to fall in this direction. You're going to take out all these power lines, and you're going to take out half of the neighbor's garage.
And half of the neighbors.
Yeah. And so a year ago, we had this big storm roll through, and the neighbor 2 doors down with a tree in the exact same position mine is came down and knocked the power out, took out a neighbor's garage, and started a fire.
Big
and burned down this house behind them, and then the transformer caught a garage on fire behind my house. And so I called DTE Tree Service and showed them pictures, all that other stuff, trying to get them to pay for removing this tree, because I don't feel like spending $3,500 to take out a tree.
No, that's a lot of cash. Yeah.
So what ends up happening is I get no fucking response from DTE, so I got to email them again. But
you were angry today.
Oh, I know. So they want to know, well, is it over a main line or is it just over the line going to your house? I said both. I'm sending you pictures. Haven't heard anything from those fuckers.
No, they don't care about you at all.
So now I'm thinking I might just leave the damn tree and get a new garage out of it and let the neighbors try to sue me, and then say, hey, I contacted DTE about it. They don't give a fuck. But the big thing that I'm pissed off about DTE is my power has gone out 9 fucking times this year. It's we're living in a third world country.
I thought you were going to say the 30s. That'd be better. Do your 30s voice with the power out.
I don't have a 30s voice.
Come on, what's wrong with you? Look, see, my power's out. I got to go down to the goddamn neighbor's house, get some candles and some kerosene lamps.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So my neighbor always has to throw over a generator. So this is the first time I've ever actually considered buying a whole house generator. Because you know what? If I'm going to spend $3,500, it ain't going to be on removing a fucking tree. I'll get a whole house generator and fuck DTE.
Right, and you know who you need to go to? It's very obvious who you needed to call. Come on, you got this one. No, you got this one. It's a show topic.
Oh.
You got to call TNT Hog Removal Services.
Yep.
I know this delay's killing you. I can tell the delay's killing you.
It is. It ain't a pig. The thing is, it's not a pig. So TNT hog removal would do me no good.
It doesn't matter. TNT is involved. That means that it'll work. Doesn't matter what you're doing.
Well, here's the other problem. The tree is over my water main that goes out to the sewage. Yeah. So I got to get that fucker cleaned out every goddamn year for the roots and all that shit. And the last asshole that was over is like, you need to get that jet sprayed. It's going to be $900.
Oh,
Fuck
it's a new thing.
You.
Jet spraying must be a new
jet
thing.
Spraying. Yeah.
And
they
always
put a camera
new to steal
on it.
money from. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm like, no, just fucking run the snake down it and charge me the $110 and bye-bye. And I'll just make sure I do it. Yeah, and I'll just do it every year. But
yeah, you got to just here, remove the curtain here. We're doing the online internet show. You just got to like ignore the delay, and because I know you're not trying to step on me. Just step all over me. We'll work it out.
Okay.
You don't have to stop talking when I'm talking. You should just keep going.
That's true. Okay.
Then
this is the first time we're actually using this system, and you know what? They have no idea how complicated this is.
That's so stupid. It took us 45 minutes to set it up this time.
All these different programs you got to open, settings you got to add. I had to go out to Fry's.
It's almost like you have to be an audiovisual technician to be able to do this stuff.
Yeah.
Almost.
Surprise, surprise.
You know what? Your tree, I'm wondering if you might be able to do me a favor and have that tree fall down on fucking Walgreens for me.
Yeah.
Because I went there, too. So, I get a prescription from the doctor. I'm late for work. You know, I took the morning off to do this. And the whole appointment only took an hour. He gives me a couple prescriptions. I drive down to the corner. I walk in with the prescription and I say, I'd like to have this filled while I wait. And they go, okay, it'll be a 2-hour wait. Fucking 2 hours to fill one 20-pill prescription?
Bottle, yeah. Oh, it's you know
what? I was going to say, I didn't do it. I then drove down another couple of miles to CVS and it was a 15-minute wait. But how do you justify a 2-hour wait?
Well, here's the one I ran into today because my sinuses, it got cooler out and my allergies are just kicking. And I was out of Claritin D, which, by the way, fuck meth heads. Because now you got to fucking sign something that you're taking Claritin D because it's got Sudafed in that they melt down. It's such bullshit. Anyway, so we changed the world because of criminals. It's stupid. Anyway, I go to Kroger to get the thing, and they got a drive-through pharmacy. So I'm in a hurry. I went to the hotel, picked up some packages, and trying to get back, had to go to FedEx, trying to do all this running around. I'm the only one on show site, so I can't really be gone that long because the whole time I'm gone, I'm getting phone calls. Turn this up, turn that down, whatever. Or I need to swap. This isn't working. So I'm trying to get back in a hurry. I pull the drive-through pharmacy because I'm thinking that's going to be a lot quicker.
Yeah.
By the time the lady fucking comes over to the window and I ask her what she wants, and I say, do you have...
You asked her what she wanted?
No. I felt like it. I felt like a McDonald's drive-thru.
What do you want, lady?
So I said, well, what size packets of the Claritin D do you have? Well, let me go. She has to walk out somewhere else, comes back, and she's like, well, we've got the 10-pack, we've got the 20-pack, and we've got the 35-pack in the 12-hour, and then she rattles off, but we only have the 10-pack in the 12-hour or 24-hour, and she's just confusing the shit out of me.
Yeah, like you are to me right now.
Yeah, so I said, okay, you know what? Give me the 24-hour 20-pack. She goes, oh, well, I can't do that at the drive-thru. You're going to have to come through the store because you have to sign for it.
Holy shit, I have a pen in my car.
I'm thinking, I got to sign for it. You have a drawer that fucking opens up to put the shit in so I can get it out.
I know.
Put your little sign thing in there and I'll sign it. No, you got to sign on one of the digital keypads.
Oh, holy shit, is this extremely stupid. That whole thing, yeah. I have another thing for you. If you have a situation where your pharmacy is so overwhelmed that you have to make people wait 2 hours, or every time you go in, it's always a wait. You can verify that for me, can't you?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, every single time you go in to do anything, you're waiting at that pharmacy. If they're that fucking busy, hire another person. What's so hard about that?
You know what? It's like going to the Secretary of State.
Yeah, that's different. That's government. They're supposed to be slow.
Well, it's all fucking bureaucrats now. Nobody here, and here's the big fucking problem. And I've noticed this with product specialists and with people in the workplace now. The younger generation, they
Look at you.
don't want.
You're doing work talk again.
I know they don't want to fucking work for a living.
You're an old curmudgeon-y old man.
I am, but you know what? Here, I got to talk about just this. I'm not going to say anything negative about work anymore. Peppy. Okay, Peppy was one of our interns at the warehouse.
He is. He
is. So anyway, he had an internship. This kid is freaking awesome. Love the kid to death. He's eager to do anything. He's happy to be there. He comes to work.
I feel all right. I feel something coming on now that might not do you well at work. As soon as the part comes to, but not with Peppy. But as soon as you, never mind. Go ahead.
No. So what happened was Peppy has to get so many hours for his internship. So he's been there all summer. Someone finally said to him, "Hey, Peppy, how close are you to the internship?" He goes, "Oh, that was done 3 weeks ago."
Yeah, he still liked it.
And we're like, "You've been coming in for 3 weeks and not getting paid." And he's like, "Well, yeah, I love it." I mean, that work ethic, he just kept coming in until we hired him. It's freaking brilliant.
I'm so glad it went that way. I was expecting that to go way left from there.
No,
I was expecting No Filter Davin to say something about the company not wanting to hire him or screwing him over on his wage or some shit like that.
Well, here was another thing that we're building these racks for the auto show, and power supplies for the wireless mics, the cords get bent and frayed and stuff, and replacements are like $35 and you got to order them. Well, Installs had a giant bin full of all different types of power adapters, and it was all one giant spaghetti knotted mess. You can reach a hand in there, lift up, and you'd be lifting up 60 or 70 pounds worth of adapters.
Yeah, it was a giant. I saw it. For the people out there, I saw it. It was a giant. It was like the size of 2 or 3 basketballs, giant bundle of spaghetti cable, just tangled upon tangled, knotted upon knot.
It was like you could just dump that thing in a dumpster and be done with it. But we saw those connectors in there, and there were like 12 of them.
Yeah.
So I pulled Peppy aside and said, "Hey, Peppy, I got a project for you if you're not busy." He's like, "Oh, sure, Davin, no problem." And he talks like that. He's like the high-pitched and little guy running around, and he's always happy. "Here, no problem, mate." He'll shimmy up stuff and get stuff for you. He's like
he doesn't exactly sound like that, but
well, he's just so eager. So anyway, he's like
you know what you're doing? You're doing the whole thing that I was going to talk about. That because of your big text thing, I'm not going to go too far off. You can come back to how great Peppy is in a second, but you posted the big text, which is how many feet tall is that thing?
52 or 54.
Yeah, which is a couple of stories tall, and its voice. "Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Texas State Fair."
No, it's not the Texas State Fair. It's the State Fair of Texas.
Okay. So,
don't
then I
call it
realized,
the Texas State Fair out here.
Oh, you get shot probably.
Oh yeah, they'll shoot you.
So anyway, it strikes me that if you're a giant, you have to have a low voice. There's no way around it. You don't have any high-pitched giants. So every giant had, "Hello, I'm a giant. Look at my giant hands." So, conversely now, because Peppy's of small stature, you have to make him have a high-pitched voice, even if he doesn't.
That's true.
"Hi, I'm Peppy." He doesn't sound anything like that.
"Hey guys, how you doing?"
Like he's Speedy Gonzalez or something over there.
He does. He is Speedy Gonzalez. So I gave him this project.
Well, he kind of is. He is. He's a very fast kid. Yeah.
So I gave him this project, and it was to get these 12 adapters out of the box. And he must have been having a slow day because he was so eager to dig into it. "Sure, Davin, no problem. I'll do it. Oh, that's great."
He's going to hate that voice.
I know. But it's Peppy. I just want to hug him. Anyway, we come back after lunch, and he's still over there. And I'm like, "How's it going, Peppy?" This is like 5 or 6 hours he's been digging into this shit.
Yeah.
He has got every single adapter coiled up, wrapped perfectly, zip tied, set in sections of these are Samsung adapters, these are Dell adapters, these are LG adapters, these are Shure adapters, in neat little organized piles. I mean, the guy's thorough. Why wouldn't you hire a guy like that?
No, he does. He's got a great work ethic, that guy. You know, he's happy to do anything, and he's happy to do it well, too.
He's happy to have a job, and you don't get
he's
that
Pepe
anymore.
Gonzalez, and he likes my sister. Everybody likes your sister.
But he's like Irish, I think.
I know. It just reminded me of Speedy Gonzalez now that you were saying that.
Everybody likes your sister.
Pepe, if you're listening, well done.
Sir,
Done,
you do
my
a great
friend.
job. You could be on my team any day.
Yes.
And he's eager to learn, which is great because most
And
people.
he's pleasant. He says hi all the time.
Yeah, he's not like Ron. Not Ron in the shop. The Ron that we had out here.
Yeah, the labor out there.
Oh my God, Ron! I
Yeah,
wonder if
it's
I'm going to
funny
get Ron
'cause
for the out.
You walk in there and it's good morning, Jerry. And you make
How you doing?
all this. You're all happy then. You see Pepe and the world becomes brighter.
It is. Pretty sure he should be the face of Blue Water. Little Peppy.
You know
They
what?
made him
I asked him to get me a cup of coffee one time, and he ran to Colombia, picked the beans, and made the coffee for me really fast.
He's awesome like that.
Yeah, he punched out Juan Valdez and rode his donkey back to the shop.
He's the overachiever. You ask him to box something up, and he'll build a case for you.
Good. I'm glad we
So-
got off of hating everything
Oh, I know.
because
I
we were
miss
there
the
for
guys
a
at
minute.
the office.
You've been gone for 2 weeks. No, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's. Well, I passed the 20-day mark already. So, Big Tex is talking. I'm sitting in a tent with a bunch of fans that you probably hear in the background.
Yeah, everybody. I'm going to try and filter some of that out, but I doubt if it'll help that much. We'll see.
And you know what? This tent is freaking. I was trying to figure out how big it is.
Remember to wash your hands, Davin.
Wash your hands. Yep. Big
That's what
Tex
Tex
says,
says.
wash your freaking hands. Yeah, this tent I think is like 48 feet long by 12 feet wide, and it's just me back here. So I've got it all spread out. I laid out wood flooring. I've got a rolling chair, so I could actually bowl myself from one end to the other. It's pretty awesome.
Don't make it sound elegant. I was there. I saw it.
It's
Your
far
wood
from
floor is a
elegant.
bunch of plywood slapped down on the
Yep.
floor that you trip over, screwed
Well, how many-
together with wood screws.
And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fans going just to keep it cool in here.
Right. Yeah. It's insane.
And then the lighting guy gives us a light for the tent, and it is the hottest damn light you could put. It's like, really? If I click this thing on, it heats up the tent another 10 or 15 degrees. And
Well, yeah,
add
so
that to
it's-
the 107 outside.
It's
and
a
you're just
professional
blowing around hot air.
big giant light with the power of the sun. Of course, he's got it pointed at the ceiling. That's the kind of light it is. I'm surprised it didn't burn a hole in that tent.
I know. Well, actually, this year they were smart. They put LED lights in the tent outside, because last year when they had the regular tent, he had regular lights in there, and if the tent roof would have collapsed, God only knows what would have happened. But
Fire.
State
I hear
Fair,
him.
Texas. Yep, he was just speaking in Spanish.
Oh, did he
He
say?
said, "Hola,
Pepe Gonzalez likes my sister.
Pepe."
Hey,
So,
I had another thought. Well, first of all, I wanted to say this. With our experiences with DTE, pharmacies, and Verizon, I just wanted to say that everything would be really cool if everybody would just quit fucking me. But
Yep.
I had to bring that one back.
Oh yeah.
But on top of that, I have a new one for you. I realized something. I was out the other day, and I can still hear Big Tex blathering on back there.
He goes
Scream
off in the morning when
Scream,
they're
shut the
when they're-
fuck up, Tex.
Yeah.
No,
when they're testing him out in the morning, they run through everything he says, and it's
Great.
like on the money at 8:30 in the morning. They're doing it, and then they do it again at 9:00, and it's like, just shut the fuck up. What's weird is when he talks, his
Yeah.
neck moves.
Yeah, I thought it was his mouth that was moving.
his mouth moves, but his neck flaps too, kind of like an old person jiggles.
Oh, because the mouth's probably hinged to it or something.
I don't know. It's creepy. He's just
the whole thing's creepy. Yeah, I think that's a nightmare.
It's big Tex. One of the guys here was they were going to lunch. This was a couple years ago, and I don't know what booth he was setting up for, and I'm not going to name names because they saw Big Tex's head out back, and I posted a picture of it. And
yeah, I saw that. And let's go because that sounds weird to the listener. They sell Big Tex's head out there.
Yeah. Well, that's on the cups.
Yeah, it's a giant wooden head or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, but this was before they set them up. So you got this giant 15-foot Big Tex head with the cowboy hat that's not attached to the body yet, sitting on a pallet, and they're getting ready to set it up, and they all go to lunch.
And so the mouth opens, huh?
So the setup guys rolled this giant joint-looking cigarette.
Here we go.
and
getting them in trouble. Do I got to cut this part out?
No, this was a couple years ago, and I don't know who actually did it, but they stuck it in Big Tex's mouth.
Yeah.
And took a picture of it.
Right.
When they came back from lunch, there was police tape around Big Tex, and they were filling out a police report. This is like
a police report. Wow.
Well, Big Tex is like a giant national icon. Were you here the day when they were installing Big Tex and no one could park anywhere in the fair?
I was, yes.
It's like, really? I can't park here? I'm about a quarter mile away from where you're setting up Big Tex. Well, Big Tex is getting installed today. There's no cars allowed in the park at all. You got to park in this lot. Fuck you, people.
It is. It's an icon. You know what it's like? It's exactly like if they brought out the corpse of John Wayne every year, and you couldn't touch that because it's like a. That's what it's exactly like. Saint John Wayne.
Saint John Wayne. Oh.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, today was Senior Day. So
you wanted to talk about you wanted to talk about Senior Day. I got you.
Imagine having to walk around the fairgrounds. It's bad enough walking around an auto show when everybody's super slow and looking at cars and just kind of hoody hum. I'm just walking around.
That's what the whole show's for, though.
Yeah. But when you're in a hurry and you have to get somewhere, you end up having to get around these fuckers. And today was Senior Day, so everyone got a discount to get in. I saw more damn scooter carts and wheelchairs and people who have no business being at the fair. Luckily, it was a cool enough day. Nobody died yet, as far as I know.
I was wondering if this was going to happen, and it certainly did. You're still a horrible human being. Just like you were last week.
I'm always a horror. You know what?
You don't want elderly people
Jerry.
to look at cars. That's hilarious, though.
Not if they're gonna look at it. Don't fucking park your cart in the way. And some of these people don't need to be in these scooters. Fat. I'm sorry, but fat is not a handicapped. Lose some goddamn weight. You don't need it. And the scooter rental place is the only one making money today.
Yeah, they're making a ton of money, probably.
Oh, they're making a shitload of money. There's bigger line at the scooter rental than the Fletcher's Corny Dog. And why do they call it a fucking corny dog and not a corn dog?
I don't know, because every time you say that, I keep thinking that you're pronouncing it wrong.
Well, Texas,
but you're not. It's corny dog.
Corny dog is what they. You know what? And they've got different names for shit down here. Like
is Bill Corny down there?
No.
I wish he was, so we can eat a him dog.
A him dog? No. Well, they've got this Texas Toss. Well, it's known as cornhole by us, but they've got all these different weird names in Texas for stuff. Like we call soda pop up north.
Yes.
They've got some weird stuff that they say down here that
that should keep. It's almost like being in France, being in Texas.
Yep, in a different...
or is that just plain flat out sarcasm because you have to switch from saying pop to soda when you go there?
There you go.
I'm just beating up on you. It's just kind of funny though, because you could tell that you stay there so long that you're getting irritated just being there. So every little thing is bugging you.
Oh yeah, it's Yeah, it gets
corny
on my
dogs.
nerves.
Corny dog bugs the shit out of me, though.
Oh,
I'm with you.
here's
Like, call it a fucking corn dog. That's what they've been for 100 years.
here's one that I was talking to somebody from Texas about. You know when you push your tongue down and that little squirt of juice comes out from that gland under your tongue?
Lurching?
Is that what you call it?
That's what they called it. A couple of different people I ran into in Michigan called it that, where it's like a snake shooting venom, but it's coming out of their tongue, their saliva glands under the tongue.
They call it skeet.
Skeet, huh?
Skeet or Greek.
We're going to be lucky if anybody even knows what we're talking about, really. But
you know, when you spray your saliva out that little hole in your under your tongue. That weird.
I can't do it. Yeah, but I remember they called it lurching.
Lurching. Okay, so it does have a name. It's kind of like aglet. It's like what the fuck is an aglet?
That's on your shoe, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a name for the little plastic part on the end of your shoelace.
Yeah. See, you must read Mental Floss magazine too. That's your favorite stuff.
I come up with
my balls are your favorite, right? Because I want to put bald powder on and put some balls and talk about my balls.
I always talk about my balls. So
I know you just didn't realize it. We just switched places. You were giving a factoid, and I was talking about my balls. So.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
So you didn't know it was going to happen right then.
I also figured out the traffic shit here too.
Okay,
and this is going to get me in trouble.
Well, don't. Well,
no, it has nothing to do with work, so it'll be fine. The exit lanes here, okay, normal fucking states. If you're going, say you're driving south,
okay,
and now you want to go west, right? Your exit lane is going to be on the right, correct?
Correct.
Not fucking here. Your exit lane is on the far left.
Well, they have a couple of those in Michigan, but they're rare.
Oh, it's just fucking stupid.
You know, because they do have that a few times, but not all of them.
Mm-hmm. I was just irritated with Dallas drivers. Every single drive, it's like you're risking your entire fucking life.
I know. I just listened to It's Getting Hot in Texas. We talked about that to great lengths, and it hasn't changed. It is. It's the worst thing. I've never seen it. I've seen bad drivers, but I've never seen all of them show up into one city.
Yeah,
you know?
All at once.
Yeah.
People cutting over 5 lanes to get to the... It's so bad that they put what lane the expressway exit it's going to be in the street. So as you're approaching, if you're not in that lane, you don't see I-30, then you better get the fuck over. And people still don't get over. It's stupid.
They're just... I don't think I've ever seen a freeway that was as dangerous as those when we were just driving those 4 miles to work and back every day. It's insane. We have some pretty crazy roads out here. You know that. Like the Southfield Freeway, Suicide Highway, they call it. But but that's a straightaway. There's curves all over the place. Narrow lanes, too. Did you notice Texas has narrow lanes?
Uh-huh. And they've got tons of trucks, dualies, and all this other stuff with people who don't know how to fucking drive them.
Right.
Oh. And the best thing is when you don't have anyone courteous enough to let you in, you can just cut them off.
It's completely normal to cut them off. You didn't silence your phone.
I did not.
You son of a bitch.
I know. Oh. And that was just a text from Larry Wilberding.
Oh, does he know? Hi, Larry.
Oh, no, he's sending me a picture of Corey and something else. He makes pictures at work and gets me through my day sometimes.
Yeah, Larry's one of the guys. For the listeners, Larry's one of the guys at work. Corey is another guy. He's another LED technician. So Larry's a fan of the show, and we're gonna make him come on and be a guest one of these days too. He's pretty fun.
He's got to come on at some point.
I started secretly writing down topics that Larry talked about just so I can bring them up when he comes on the show.
Yeah, I've got a product specialist I want to bring up on the show. That this is her first time doing the and a female. You never have female guests.
No, they don't like us.
So maybe we can get her on next week. But she's got she's the first time here at the State Fair of Texas.
Okay, so she's got a different perspective.
She's got a different perspective of everything, and she has had a nightmare trip so far. I won't spoil any of it, but you got to listen to some of the stories that this girl's been through since she's been here. It's a trip.
As long as she doesn't talk about work and get herself fired. Actually, no. I don't care. I don't care if she talks about her work. So.
Well, I'll give you a teaser. She got a concussion the other day at work.
Okay,
that's the teaser.
Yeah, you better save. Don't explain it. You better save it for next week. People can tune in and check that out. Hey, speaking of women, I probably should save this for a female guest, but let me see what you think about it. Maybe we can bring it up again with her. All right. So I'm thinking, some women dress really nice, in my opinion, and some women don't dress so nice, and you're seeing all of them at the State Fair, right?
Right.
So here's the deal. You can, as a woman, I've figured this out. Not that I'm a woman, but for the women, I've figured this out. You can be the best dressed person in the whole entire area, and there's still going to be some girl that looks over and goes, "What is she wearing?"
Exactly, because they're catty as fuck.
You could look the best because it's all subjective. That's the funniest part. You try so hard to pick out the right outfit. I've got all the women in the house, so you watch your daughter. You know how they do that. Mm-hmm. Spend 2 hours trying to pick out the right shirt. Or this piece of hair isn't laying right for me to go out to church or whatever. It doesn't make a difference because as soon as you step foot outside the house, there's some idiot over there going, "What is she wearing?"
Oh my God! Can you imagine?
Look at her shoes. What are those?
Why would you match that scarf with that? It just doesn't go. Really?
I'll tell you what I do.
What?
I match that I don't give a fuck with some more I don't give a fuck.
You know what? Those are the people that need to eat fucking makeup and make their insides prettier.
Oh, God, I hope that's your joke and you didn't steal it.
It's so true, though.
You need to eat some makeup so you can make your insides prettier. The inside you is just ugly.
Eat some makeup, honey. Oh, I went to lunch with a
joke of the day there.
Yeah, it was well placed, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
So we went to lunch the other day to this barbecue place, and it was just going to be
two ponders.
It was going to be me and one of the newbies. And here's the thing with the newbies.
Yeah,
I don't get to know them or associate with them or talk to them at all until they've been around.
The newbie product specialists? Okay.
Yes, because half of them aren't going to be back.
Explain to people what these people do anyway, because they might not have heard every episode, and we're going on about product specialists. So let you know all about it. Let them know what they do.
Okay, so there's different talent agencies out there that have the various accounts, and so they all go into extensive training for their brand, and they are taught everything and anything about the vehicle. So they've got to be intelligent.
Yeah.
But they also have to be attractive because you're representing whatever brand they're doing.
Yeah.
So, and this training takes like a week, and it's
right. But in short, before you're getting technical, and just the basic answer to that is the product specialists are people who stand around the cars. And they're like what used to be auto show models,
right? And but they don't sell to anybody. They're just giving information, and they're getting leads and getting people the information they need about the cars to make an educated decision.
Yeah, in the old days, it was just auto show girls, and it was just the beautiful model chicks that would stand and Vanna White the cars all day long. Look at this! Exactly. Look, my hand is waving at this car. But now they have to know things. So anyway, you've got the newbie product specialists, right? That you can't talk to.
I've got the newbie one that I don't even want to get to know because odds are isn't going to be here next year.
It's like Vietnam. It's like the Vietnam newbies.
Yeah, why should I fill my brain with another name that I'm going to forget anyway, and it's going to stress me out? Because I get stressed out easy, don't I?
You certainly do. I don't know why you'd be stressed out about.
So anyway,
about a product specialist.
Anyway, Ashley and I were talking about going to lunch yesterday. So
Ashley's the one that wants to be on the show, right?
Yeah. So we go to lunch, and she invites the new girl. So the new girl is like little petite, weighs maybe 100 pounds, if that, blonde. She's from Texas somewhere, Richardson, Texas. Talks with a little twang.
I get it now.
Cute girl.
Yeah. I get it, because usually when you run into a local newbie, that's like their first time, and you don't know if you're ever going to see him again. So I get that. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is her first show, and she's booked on other shows and stuff. So then we're getting ready to leave, and Matt, one of the other guys, decides he's going to come.
One of the other product specialists. Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's because he wants to be in the clique with the new girl or what the deal is, but she's got a boyfriend or whatever, so he's got no chance. Anyway, he decides that he's going to go to McDonald's. He's going to ride with us, but he's going to go to McDonald's for lunch, like a little kid. Yeah. And we're going to go to get real Texas barbecue
at Two Podners. Yes.
Yeah. So we finally talked him into going. This girl, the newbie girl, you would think models eat salads and nice, try to eat healthy and everything.
Right.
She ordered this massive stuffed baked potato. When I say stuffed baked potato, this thing took up a 10-inch plate, and it was stuffed with barbecued beef brisket piled on top, cheese, bacon, sour cream, chives.
I'm looking at the picture right now.
I have never seen anybody that little. It was bigger than her goddamn head, and it's like funny. She put it away, and she impressed the shit out of me there.
I should share that on the You Name It site.
Oh, the picture. Oh, and the food was awesome.
You're gonna have to remember to do that at the time that this airs, because if we put it up beforehand, people will go, "Hey, that looks nice, but what? Why?" So
yeah. Why is that there? I just need to send you the pictures and you post them, because it confuses me, that whole thing. I've been liking our show on the homepage.
Yeah, you've been sharing the show with the show.
With the show. So
no, I know what you mean, though. The little tiny model girl should be eating like millet or bird seed or something like that.
Yeah.
And no, it's
have you ever seen those shirts?
Giant man's meal. No, what shirts?
The ones that say, "Please don't feed the models."
Oh.
Really? Talking about shirts. Did I ever tell you about the stalker?
What is she wearing? No, you haven't.
There was years ago in the Chrysler booth. There was a stalker that was following one of the product specialists.
Oh,
from
great.
City to city, showing up.
Oh, like the Grateful Dead.
Yeah, and it's like, and he was showing up in other cities and going, "Is Monica here?"
All right.
Monica's not working this show. Oh, I thought she was here. So anyway, this chick had a stalker, and in Chicago, the guy shows up with a T-shirt with her picture on it.
Beautiful.
And stands in front of the turntable for like 30 minutes just watching her present.
Holy shit. He's either completely nuts or very wealthy, because you can't just travel around the country at any time you please to stalk a product specialist unless you have a lot of money.
Then he had a shirt made with her picture on it. The guy's a fucking psycho.
I didn't. That didn't get past me. I was just trying to figure out how he could afford to go there.
Afford to go to all these cities because he's got nothing better to fucking do.
He's on permanent mental disability, but he gets a big check somehow.
The other thing about some of them is, I love the ones that are first starting out, because they're like, "Oh, this is just a stepping stone to my career. I'm going to be in television or whatever," and I'll give them the old, "Oh, just like Pam Dauber."
Yeah,
and they'll be
Pam
like,
Dauber?
"Who's Pam Dauber?" Yeah, from Mork and Mindy.
Yeah.
And they're all 22 years old. They have no idea who the fuck Mork and Mindy is.
No, Mork and Mindy was off the air 15 years before they were born.
Yeah. So they're like, "Pam Dauber, who's she?" She's the only product specialist that I know. I've been doing this 20 years that has made it into television on a sitcom. She used to be a presenter for Pontiac.
Well, good for
people
Pam.
Didn't know that. Yeah, so
I heard she was back on the circuit.
Oh God, God no.
Because she has done nothing since Mork and Mindy. So.
No, she hasn't. She rode Robin Williams' coattails for that show.
Well, yeah, but think about this. We're talking, what was that, 1977? The hell?
I wonder what their day rates were back then.
30 years ago.
For an episode.
She got residual pay, though. That show ran in reruns forever. She probably makes a nice living off of that. And when I mean nice living, I mean like she probably drags in a couple of $1,000s a month. You know? Yeah. So she can have a regular job, but then she gets an additional couple of grand a month, which is nice. So
yeah, I wonder how much the Brady kids make.
They signed a different deal. They signed a deal that fucked them. No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually just making that up. I have no idea.
Was it with Dr. Landy?
Yeah, they did a deal with Dr. Landy, who took all the rest of the rights for the rest of their lives, and their haircuts too. He took Peter Brady's haircut and made it into a mullet. Nobody knows. I hope some of the listeners know who Dr. Eugene Landy is, so that joke doesn't go unheard.
We talked about him on another episode. See, so this forces you guys to actually do research and go back and listen to older episodes to know what the fuck Jerry and I are talking about.
Yeah. Otherwise, you just get a whole bunch of disconnected facts and stuff like that. Like this, Davin. Did you know we've been pronouncing Mount Everest wrong forever?
No.
Yeah, I read that. Apparently, because it was named after the guy who here we go. It was named after the white guy who made it popular. You know, the British guy who said, "Hey, look, the tallest mountain," and his name was like whatever, Edwin Everest, but it wasn't Everest. The actual pronunciation of his name is Everest. So we've been saying it wrong. It should be Mount Everest.
Mount Everest. Okay.
That
makes sense.
That's all I get from you.
It's like Lasher or Lasher Road. Pronounce it. I don't fucking know.
Well, that's different too.
You always make fun of me for pronouncing stuff wrong. Shut the hell up, Jerry.
Yeah, but you just did it again because there is no Lasher Road. It's Lasser. No, it's not even spelled Lasher. There's no Lash in it. It's Lahser. And it's Everest, goddammit. Mount Everest.
Mount Everest. Okay, Jerry.
You be the guy that says that at the next party and see how they stare at you.
Thank you, Mr. Helper.
I just thought that I would save up another uninteresting fact for you.
I heard another fun word. Somebody referred to having to go out with coworkers as their frenemies.
Oh, I've heard frenemies before. Right.
So they're kind of friends and kind of enemies, or they're just inviting you because you need to be the one that drives.
That person might have said that wrong. Maybe that person didn't like the other person, and that's why they said the frenemy line.
Frenemies, but yeah, I heard that and never heard that before.
Yeah, that was probably like a 2004 slang, so it might have been in your, the period before your kids started saying slaggy stuff.
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh boy.
Do you know what time it is?
No. What time is it?
It's the end of the show time.
Oh,
isn't that
we
weird?
Still got. No, it's only 48 minutes in. We still can talk about some other stuff.
Oh, look at you now.
Come on, Jerry.
I thought you were the one a couple weeks ago saying the show should be shorter.
No, it wasn't me.
Oh.
An hour is perfect.
Maybe that was me listening to it and thinking it should be shorter.
It took you longer to set this fucking thing up than we've been on the air, jackass.
So
we might as well.
Got to be perfect.
Well, it is going perfect now until you brought up that it's the end of the show. We can end the show because it's at 48 minutes. I don't want to have to edit anything. La, 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 la.
Know what you're like right now? You're like that little kid that doesn't want to leave when the parents are like, all right, we've been all night here at our friend's house. It's time to go home now. I don't want to go home.
I don't want to go home.
I want to do more show.
I saw a kid on a leash today.
Yeah, I think that's probably common. I think that's hilarious is what it is. I don't care if they do it or not. I think it's funny, though.
How bad does your kid have to be to consider buying him a leash?
Well, it's probably the parent. There's like this overly paranoid person that someone's going to come snatch up their special child because their child is so special. Someone's going to steal little Billy. Why? Because he's special.
I don't want to lose him at the fair like we did at Dick's Sporting Goods.
What about the other 300,000 kids that are going to show up for the fair? Are they special like little Billy?
Oh, speaking of losing people, so I was driving on the expressway here, and they've got a silver alert. You know how we have amber alerts when they're missing little kids?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Evidently, since it's senior day...
No way, really?
They call it a silver alert for old people that are missing that might have Alzheimer's or might have just decided, fuck you people, I'm going to the fair.
Come over here, you silver fox.
They were coming here. So I'm just wondering, you know what? At some point in your life when you hit like 85 or 87 and you're sick of all your fucking relatives, no one's visiting you anyway.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to just hop in the car and leave. And
Just
they
go.
could have a silver alert on me, and I'm just going to go somewhere. Not tell anybody. Fall off the face of the earth.
That's assuming that anybody's going to care about you when you're like 80 years old.
Oh, they don't care about me now. Fuck it.
You know what's weird about that silver alert is that the amber alert isn't named after a color. It's named after a human, some amber girl that was killed, I believe. So they screwed it all up. It shouldn't be a silver alert. It should be like a Homer alert. You know, or a Herbert alert. An old guy's name, not the color.
Lewis.
A Lewis alert. Yeah.
Well, then
or a Ron alert. Where's Ron at?
Where's Ron?
I'm gone. I'm gone somewhere. I don't know where I am.
Oh, how do they name tornadoes and storms? Don't they name them after women or men or something like that? Hurricane Irene and all that other shit?
They do name them. They used to only be women, and now they're naming them after... wait, was it the other way around? No, they have men and women's names. I can't remember what was first. Was they always women? I think they were. And then now they can name them Hurricane Dave if they want to, I think.
Yeah.
So why?
Well,
why do you ask?
Oh, it's just because... the way they name stuff. How do they pick those fucking names? Do they
Out
use
of
the
a hat?
Magic 8 Ball? No, they use the Magic 8 Ball.
I hope
They've got a
so.
Magic 8 Ball of names. And they just shake it and they pick a fucking name.
That's crazy talk.
And if that's your name, you're screwed.
That's your name, you're screwed. You think you're going to get a bad reputation from having a like if I had a Hurricane Jerry, would I want that to be a big storm and be remembered, or would I want it to be a nice safe storm so people wouldn't think of me as an asshole?
Would forget about it, yeah. Actually, I had a friend talking about storms. Little kid, her little niece and nephew were over, and there was a tornado warning. And they're watching the TV, and the niece or nephew was like 4 or 5 years old. And,
right. Okay.
And the alert comes up on the TV, and it says... take cover immediately. Intense storms approaching. And so she looked at the niece. She goes, well, you know what that means, right?
Yeah.
The niece goes, intense. It's what hobos live in.
Okay. Hobos.
So all little kids refer to bums. And where do you get that shit?
I don't know.
Hobos.
I don't know how old the parents were to be using the word hobo.
Hobo. There's one of our 30s words.
Right. The word the parents, they didn't happen to be 75 years old, did they?
No idea. But hobos.
We're always making fun of the elderly. But you know what? We really do have to end this show because we have to edit one for tomorrow. So that's the hard part. You know?
Okay.
The work part of the show.
Another Texas State Fair edition.
Yes, in the books. Maybe next week we'll have Ashley.
That would be cool. And I'll still be here at the Texas State Fair. Oh, no, wait. The State Fair of Texas.
State Fair of Texas. Better wash your hands. All right. See you later, everybody.